What's going on, everybody? This is Coach Holley Podcast, back with another video for you, and I want to welcome you to our first episode of the Coach Holley Podcast, where we talk about overcoming pain, adversity, and turning it into discipline, identity, and legacy. In today's episode, I'll be telling you some things that I know most people won't. So as we begin, just know this isn't motivation, this is structure. You may be asking, why am I doing this podcast? I'm doing this for the parent who is tired of reacting instead of leading, the young person who feels angry, who thinks the streets are the answer, or the coach, the teacher, or mentor losing control of the classroom, maybe the entrepreneur who's grinding but does not have the structure they need. If this is you, please make sure that you listen closely. Here's the hard truth. Pain is not the problem. I say that because pain is common, it's human, and it's unavoidable. But what destroys people is not pain, it's the absence of discipline once pain shows up. So with that being said, you must know that pain isn't the problem, the lack of discipline is. So let's take a moment to think about that, because I know some of you guys listening right now did not choose the home you were raised in, the pressure, the losses, the betrayal, or the chaos that you walked through and had to endure. And when I say this, trust me, I understand. However, at the same time, the day that you realize you need to become responsible for what you do after the pain, that's the day that you'll grow. Because you didn't choose the pain, but you do have to choose what happens next after the pain. Pain does not excuse chaos, and it doesn't justify laziness. Pain does not give you permission to destroy your future. So let's do something real quick. I want to compare pain to discipline. I want you to understand that pain explains your behavior while discipline decides your direction. Pain also explains why you're angry, while discipline decides whether you become dangerous or dependable. Pain explains why you feel lost, while discipline decides whether you stay there or build a map to get through or out. Pain explains why you want to quit, while discipline decides whether you fold or rise. Know the difference. So here's what I want you to do. Don't ask, why did this happen to me? Ask, what structure do I need now going forward? Because structure turns pain into focus, strength, identity, and self-respect, while structure separates victims from leaders, chaos from clarity, and emotion from execution. That's why I teach discipline, not motivation. Because motivation fades while discipline always stays. That is our AMP way. Okay, so here's a few things that I want you to put into practice. This is my first assignment for you watching this video. I want you to try to implement this today, not tomorrow. So the first thing that I want you to do is pick one area of your life that's out of control. The second thing that I want you to do is install one rule, simple rule, daily, non-negotiable. And then the third thing is I want you to follow that rule daily for 7 days with no excuses. That's it. That's all I need you to do, because discipline doesn't start loud. It starts when you are consistent. I'm going to say that again. Discipline does not start until you choose to be consistent. So as I close, this is what I want to leave you with. Listen closely. You are not weak because you've been through pain. You're only weak if you refuse to build discipline after it. Pain didn't disqualify you. It trained you. But you'll only understand that if you let discipline finish the job. I got a quote for you guys, and it goes like this, and I want you to listen closely. Pain introduces the lesson, but discipline decides the legacy. So I'm saying this because if this episode spoke to you, I want you to stay locked in. This podcast is about rebuilding lives with structure, truth, and standards. This is the Coach Holley Podcast, overcoming pain and adversity. So think about that, and I'll see you in the next one.